Welcome to The Complete Angler. My name's JC Brooks and his name's Joe Long. Today we're going to be talking about a Wacky Rig Kit. We'll be showing you everything there is to do with it. Joe?
Okay, so I was at Cabela's, which is now Bass Pro, about a week ago, and I got this kit. I fish wacky rigs pretty much, Senkos as my primary arsenal. That's pretty much what I use all the time. And some things you need to have: tools of the trade to begin with. Strapped to my box, I have a Wacky Rig Kit with about a year's supply of the O-rings, and it saves you a lot of lures. Now, we make our soft plastic Senkos here, but this saves a lot of baits. And have you ever seen how to do this? Let me open our Wacky Kit. And I'll pull out one of these guys here. Just pull one of these. Okay, so we're going fishing at a pond or lake, and we want to use our Senko. Wacky Rig, in my mind, is the best way to do it. So you take this and you find the middle. You put it down in the tube, and then you roll off the thing on it, and then your hook goes in here. So a lot of times, if you didn't use the O-ring type band, you would just put the hook in the thing, and the first time the fish grabs that, it's going to tear that worm off. And you're going to go through a million of these worms, which you go through a lot anyways. But that is a way to save a little money on bait cost. And I recommend, if you fish Senkos, that you try the Wacky Rig style. The other thing, you need a set of pliers, which I ordered a new set of pliers for this kit. It's not here yet. And then I recommend that you have a good set of braided line cutters. And this also has a hook sharpener in it. So let's get into the kit here. And when you're wacky rigging, there's many different ways to do it. I'll show you my 3 favorites. I use the VMCs or the weedless wacky. If I'm using like a short 4-inch wacky, or I'm trying to throw something a long distance, I'm trying to put it in an exact spot, the little bit of weight by these guys is phenomenal. And I just found these. This is something a little different from what I've used before, but this is an Eagle Claw Trocar wacky worm, and they are super sharp, and they're very small diameter. The ones I used in years past were a little bigger like that. So I want to try these this year. That's something I really want to do. If you don't want to use them wacky, and you want to do it from the end, you can use a long hook like this. And what I do is I shove it in like the middle of the body, and then I push the head through. These have a real small head on them, and I do it that way. Or I can use, this is a Roadrunner by Blakemore, Casey's Classic Runner 3/8. It's like an underspin. I use them this, especially the 4-inch ones. You can really burn them close to the weeds and stuff on these. I like them a lot. So this has a nice pouch in the front where all this stuff can be stowed. It's got a netting so you can see all your hooks and all your bait holders, everything you need there. Then it's got all these plastic bags, and they're all in here on these little clips, and you can unclip them if you want. You can add more, but by the time I got these worms in here, it was pretty much stacked full. So it allows you to have probably about 10 different colors. And I use a lot of different colors. Again, we make our own baits. Here's a 4-inch Wacky. I like these for smallmouth, or if I'm fishing in a little pond and like to...
Such as like out at my dad's farm.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
If you want to get into the weeds, if there's a little pocket back in the back, if there's a drainage ditch that's bringing clean, clear, fresh water in, and those fish are pulling up in there, you might not want to fish a 6-inch worm. So something like this on a jig head, it'll allow you to place it perfectly and get that small diameter thing in there. So your common colors, of course, green, a dark pumpkin type green, like this. This is another 4-inch. They have a lot of salt on them. You don't get the true color because they're loaded with salt. And the salt leaves a trail as you're pulling it. And I really like them. It also keeps them from melting to the container here. Open that up for me there if you would.
Yep.
I like to make different colors too. This one here
is it, black or
it's like
a really dark navy.
Yeah,
that's
it's a
purple.
black. No, it's a black.
Put up the light again.
It's a black.
Oh, is it?
It's a black with red flake. It's something different. You don't see a lot. Yeah, get one of them big ones out.
Oh.
This is a different color. I don't even know what to call it really. It's kind of a red. It's kind of a cinnamon. I've had a lot of luck with these.
Oh, I'm sure. It looks almost like a, well...
Kind of like a real earthworm,
yeah,
but a little lighter.
So if you're fishing... It's kind of hard to put it.
In dark water, it's going to look...
That's the best thing is watermelon. The inside of a watermelon. That's it.
That's kind of the color. And then I was...
really experimenting. That's not fully closed.
I was experimenting the other day, and I wanted to create a morning dawn type color in a single color. And I made these. And I think that is going to be a pretty cool color. I put some black flack in there, and I just think that's kind of a different color. A lot of salt. So the salt adds weight. I actually mix salt in with the plastic when I'm making it. And then I coat it in plastic or in salt because that kind of helps in the cooling, and it also adds protection so it doesn't melt to the side of your tackle box or whatever container you're keeping it in. But also the fish love salt. It leaves a trail behind. If I throw this in and I start pulling away, a bass can detect that odor and come get it. That's something people don't think a lot about, but when you're hunting deer, you use doe estrus. You know, you put different scents out, and basically bass are an animal that they feed the same way. They smell fish, and they go after them. And so we try to do a lot of the same things that the big brands do. But basically, this is real easy on the go. Just a cool, wacky kit. So you can see there's a plethora of worms. It's actually almost hard to close, which is the way I like it, because I don't want to run out of a certain color or a certain size or certain style when I'm out there on the lake. And it also has a clip. I can clip this right to my belt or a loop on my pants and be on the go. And it doesn't weigh that much. And again, I'll have pliers on here. So I literally have everything I need to go. It's by Cabela's. I think it was like $10. And then the hooks and stuff were probably another $10-15. So you can really have a nice kit like this for $30-40. And then the other thing I got has nothing to do with Wacky Rigs, but I'm super excited about, is a Z-Man chatterbait, prototypical bluegill coloration. I don't get excited about a lot of baits anymore like I used to, but I'm telling you, This is
You having trouble there?
yeah, it's literally hooked into there.
You gotta literally get the snips out now.
Yeah, they didn't want that thing to go in here. I want you to look at that. If I could conjure up the perfect bluegill coloration,
That's it.
this is it. Gold chatterbait, nice size. Big bunch of lead right there. And I can chunk this to the other side of a pond.
With no problems.
With no problems, and catch a lot of fish. And you know, if you watched our last, which would be the February Battle of the Boxes, you will see that we had some really nice crawfish. You pop that up and see. So you I think it's in this one right here. Pop on them out. If you want to make this just the absolute best in the world,
why do they have to put so many steps to just get to one of these?
okay. This is the absolute best bait, other than maybe a Wacky Rig, in my arsenal. I'll take a look at that. That is a Mondo catcher right there. One of my favorite baits. Super good. If you don't have a chatterbait, go get you one. Get a bluegill collar, get a black and blue, get a green pumpkin. I'm telling you, you will catch fish. I like Wacky Rigs. That's what this show's about. But don't forget about the chatterbaits, because this thing is the juice. For Joe Long,
JC Brooks.
remember to
Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And take a kid fishing. Did I say that one?
No,
Okay,
you're good.
Okay, I thought I screwed that one up.
we will see you on the lakes, the ponds, the streams, the rivers.
Anywhere where there's water or fish.
Stay fishing, my friends.